there is a methodology that's being used by this group, no? And if I may articulate, Madam Chair, no? So the three layers of we call it the layers of risk, no? And the layer one is the platform, which is the environment of first contact, the convergence and the identification of victims. And these are the online games, social media, content platforms, and uh, the common denominator is this is where the child or the minor is first encountered. The next layer is the community. So what we have seen before is children who are playing in a public gaming servers, there were no problems. The problem began when these children are invited to private servers, as mentioned earlier. No, and after the private gaming servers, they're invited to a private group chats. Now, this is the second layer. This is where the relationship is developed to be more intimate to the victim. And then layer three is the manipulation. This is the psychological coercion, isolation from family, escalating demands, blackmail, and sad to say, this is where damage is done, Madam Chair. And the seven, we call this the seven stages, no, of uh, from identifying the target to coercing the victim, to coercing the victim to do harm. The first stage is the discovery and targeting. And there are three hunting grounds, Madam Chair. First is group chats of or channels of mental health communities. And then the second hunting ground is the online gaming platforms, as mentioned. The third hunting ground is this new TikTok associated group, no, the e-girl subculture. It's uh, involving gothic and anime fashion, which is popular among teenage girls. So the platforms used in this discovery and targeting is Roblox, as mentioned, Gorebox, Minecraft. These are the games that are being used. And there are more, Madam Chair. Um the algorithmic recommendation systems of these platforms surface vulnerable users to each other, meaning the the platform, its single objective is to make sure that the the user will stay as long as uh, possible, because time or on platform equals advertising revenue, supposedly, no? So to do this, the algorithm learns what each user responds to and serves them progressively more of it. And this works supposedly before, it works very beautifully for recipes, sports, content, and music, but it has become a weapon with this new type of radicalization that we are facing, no? Especially if a child responds to contents like pain, loneliness, or despair. The second stage, Madam Chair, is the befriending and trust building. So this is uh, before the isolation. There's the befriending. Contact begins as on the
Sir,
ordinary friendship.
dahil 7 stages po ito, if you may briefly enumerate and describe each
Yes,
one.
yes,
Salamat
Madam
po.
Chair. So that's befriending and trust building. And then the stage three is isolation, as explained earlier. And stage four is escalating to coercion. And stage five is status through brutality. So each member who used to be a victim also uh, will produce this horrific materials like suicide, self-harm, and mass shooting. And then they elevate their status in the membership status in the network, based on how horrific is the content. And then stage 6 is the normalization of violence as the new membership requirement. In 2025, according to our research, there's been a change, in internal leadership. So before, if you just need to produce sexual abuse material, in 2025, you were supposed to produce already violent or real world violence to become a member.
So may leadership change pa dito sa loob nitong 764?
Internal leadership change, Madam Chair. And then the stage 7 is the what we saw is the reason is because of the arrest of the founder. And then the real world violent action. So although the violent actions recorded are stabbing and arson and published or broadcasted, the shooting, if this is indeed related to this network, this group, then this will be the first mass shooting that has been completed totally. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. Redoble. Napaka-helpful po nito yung sinabi niyong layers of risk kasi nabibigyan tayo ng parang subdivision, layering nga nung sinabi ni SP kanina na violent online ecosystem. Parang itong layers of risk, baka nag-intersect dun sa sinabi ni Dr. Lian kanina na pathways to violence. And dahil in a way nabe-breakdown nyo para sa amin itong mundo ng NVE, layers of risk, kasi meron pang 7 stages, pwedeng magbigay ng gabay sa atin at sa amin, mga mambabatas, paano mag-set up ng protective mechanisms at each layer or in each stage para yung mga offline and online spaces ng ating mga anak, mga bata, remain safe spaces at hindi nagagamit nitong mga malign actors to turn them into yung pathways to violence or scenes of crime instead of the safe spaces they were originally meant to be. Salamat po ng marami, Mr. Redoble. And kayo rin po ay isang magulang. Tingin niyo po ba dapat ma-concern tayong mga magulang dito at sa mga nakikinig?
Actually po, the first time I heard about that network and closely connected to Roblox during that time, I had my kids stop playing Roblox. Because it's really concerning. My eldest, he was exposed to games, Minecraft during that time until first year high school, and there was a change of behavior. Luckily, when he was second year, he shifted to basketball, and he he was accepted as varsity. After that, he forgot about games. And then 2 young daughters, they're not that heavy in games, so when I told them to stop playing Roblox, they just stopped. So it's concerning, Madam Chair, having in this field of cybersecurity for more than 3 decades. I played games myself before, but we were never brainwashed. There was no change in the behavior and the mindset. This one, it's not the game, it's not the online game, it's the perpetrators or the predators in the game that's really changing our children. And we call this in PixPro, we call this cyber-enabled cognitive grooming, which is very for us is very dangerous because in cybersecurity we protect systems from being attacked cybernetically. In this type of cognitive warfare, it is the mind that is being attacked, and we don't have anything against that but our values and morals in the family as a first line of defense.
Tama, Mr. Redoble. Yes, SP Sherwin.
Madam Chair, I just want to take advantage of the presence of Mr. Redoble. Mr. Redoble, sa inyong pag-aanalisa, itong mga NVEs, nandito na ba sa ating bansa? Meron na ba kayong na-detect na nag-ooperate, nag-groom, nagpe-pray na mga bata dito sa ating bansa?
We saw patterns.
Mm.
We saw patterns, and in fact, the message of the comment of that one person who said that you already na-edit na kita, boy. I think that will confirm, Madam Chair, that we have a local player, a groomer or a recruiter that's operating in our own cyberspace. That before we had patterns, but today I think we can say that we already have these players. And I don't think that guy is alone.
Mm.
I think there's more.
And my next
SP,
question.
if I may just
Yeah,
add,
go ahead.
no, not a question, pero dun sa line of questioning nyo kay Mr. Redoble, and sinabi po, di ba, nung nag-comment na pati daw mag-edit din daw sa Reddit, sa Telegram, and one other platform binanggit. And it reminds me po, Mr. Redoble, SP, may mga nagsasabi din na the groomers may no longer be just online. Baka nasa mga komunidad na rin. So baka may physical na grooming na rin na nangyayari. Salamat, Mr. Doble, SP.
Mr. Redoble, itong groomers or itong predators, are they foreign or local or both?
In 2025, when we started our research early, we believe the groomers were all foreign until there was two news incidents that in Marikina it was prevented, and then one in Laguna was prevented. In fact, when this Tacloban incident happened, the first question I asked is, I would like to know if the shooter are gamers. And then it was confirmed that they were gamers. And the next question is this connected to the 764? And it's very for us, we have to be worried about this, because if your kids are in school, the schools do not know how many gamers are in that school, and in that school how many are heavy gamers, so like 4 hours, 5 hours playing games, and how many are those who are currently being groomed. We don't know, Madam Chair. So we should, in the level of paranoia right now, we should already say that there are local players already in this situation or scenario.
And they are called NVEs.
I
We
think
can term them as NVEs,
the,
nihilistic violent
I
extremists.
think that's not what they are called in a standard manner, but they call themselves a lot, like the true crime group.
Mm.
The NVE is the behavior, I believe, doctor, no, the nihilistic behavior where there no lives matter. No? And that is one of what we have seen is that's one of the weapons that they use to convince the vulnerable child that his life or her life doesn't matter and no lives matter. So that's the brainwashing strategy that's being used.
And my last question is, kung alam to ng mga platforms, based on your analysis, may ginagawa ba yung mga platforms to prevent this? Kasi alam nyo eh.
With the I think this is it's more of a business decision versus a social responsibility. But I don't personally know of any effort on their end. Maybe they have their efforts, but basing on the incidents and the continued incidents, not only in the Philippines but also in other countries, because for example, the age limit. it's unmoderated. No, it's say if you're 18, say continue. So even if you're not 18, you can continue. Um, for the for those channels that are removed by the platforms for violating their standards, they just create new ones. It's just like that. One channel goes down today, later there's a new channel created, and they have already perfected that because they already I believe they already anticipate that they will be banned. So they just create new channels. So in terms of whenever they detect something, they also remove or ban the channel, but they just create new channels. That's why it's still happening now.
So in other words, they're not doing anything.
It's not enough,
It's not
Madam
enough.
Chair.